Great job by Luke Getsy today. Dominating in practice is one thing, but it'll be more important for these guys to show up on game day Saturday. Let's get right into the breakdown for day 3 of Luke Getsy's American team practice. The quarterbacks have been underwhelming, but Jake Haener had a great day today and stood out at QB. Max Duggan had a good day as well. The American QBs had a much better day today than the national team, and we finally got to see the receivers making some plays. At running back, Tyjae Spears is just insanely elusive. The more I watch him, the more I like him. He's got some Tariq Cohen and Tony Pollard in him. Him and Kenny McIntosh have been the best 2 running backs out there for me. Also, Oklahoma running back Eric Gray ran a beautiful corner route for a touchdown, and then later he caught the ball in the flat and juked Isaiah Land with a nasty move. He had a great day today. And then wide receiver. Today was the best day for evaluating these guys, especially for the American team. Luke Getsy did plenty of red zone drills today and really encouraged the quarterbacks to air it out. It's great being able to hear Getsy on the mic. He was mic'd up. We probably got more scouting done on receivers today than I have all week. First up was Xavier Hutchinson. He ran a beautiful whip route for a touchdown. I've been waiting for him to make an impact. He's been relatively quiet, but not today. Later in practice, he caught another touchdown in the corner of the end zone. He was great out there and finally got to showcase his ability to make plays. Another receiver I've had in my eye on all week, Ole Miss's Jonathan Mingo. He had a nice deep route, but couldn't come up with a diving catch. He did make a leaping TD grab later in practice, though. Mingo hasn't had many chances this week. I'm still high on him and looking for him to make some plays Saturday during the game. Same goes for Rashee Rice, SMU's standout receiver. He's such a polished route runner, and he has great hands. He made multiple nice hands catches today. He's been solid all week long, but I don't know if he's answered all of the scouts' questions yet. He didn't get many deep opportunities, and that's what I want to see. Next up is Dontavian Wicks, another guy who's had a slow week but was awesome today. He had a disgusting route against safety Chris Smith, but dropped the pass. He came back a few plays later and made a fantastic catch while being held. He made another big catch on his next route. Wicks had his best day for sure, catching multiple touchdowns. The one receiver that I was really excited to watch this week but failed to stand out was Andre Yoshivas. His route running looked good and he has plenty of speed, but he didn't get many chances this week, and when he did, he failed to make a play. He dropped a couple of balls. I'm still high on this guy. He just hasn't done anything yet to improve his draft stock this week in practice. He should be looking to make an impact on Saturday. At tight end, though, can anyone cover Luke Musgrave? That's a real question after 3 days of practice. He's such a smooth mover for tight end. He always gets separation and has great hands. I love his game. He had his best day today. It's actually made me think a lot about adding a tight end like him in this year's draft. I love Cole Kmet, but having 2 tight ends and splitting Musgrave out wide in the slot could give you 3 big physical targets with him, Kmet, and Claypool, and Darnell Mooney being the speedster. I think a guy like Musgrave could really help our offense out. Alabama's tight end Cameron Latou had a pretty good day as well. He caught a touchdown pass. But on to the offensive line, which was really impressive for the American team today. Getsy had to see some guys that he's fallen in love with. First up is TCU interior lineman Steve Avila, who might have had his best day. He was at guard instead of center today, but he was dominant. He's very versatile, and he could play guard or center, even right tackle in a pinch. Avila looks like a plug-and-play NFL starter on the inside. Speaking of plug-and-play starters, though, John Michael Schmitz is closing the gap on last year's top center, Tyler Linderbaum. Entering this process, I was not as high on JMS as I was Linderbaum last year, but I'm beginning to question that now. JMS has solidified his status as the top center in this year's draft. He could go early in the second round at this rate. Oklahoma's tackle, Wanye Morris, had a great day today. He's flown under the radar a bit, but he's had a good week. So has Alabama's offensive tackle Steele. He's lengthy, powerful, played very well, but this team has so much talent on the O-line, it's hard to watch all of them. Next guy is Osiris Torrance from Florida. He came into this as possibly a first-round draft pick. He did not look good at tackle, but he's looked much, much better at guard and had his best day today. His hand usage was very good, and he showed tons of power. He looked physically imposing today and improved his draft stock. Syracuse's tackle, Matthew Bergeron, he had a nice block on a toss play. He showed athleticism to get to the outside edge. He's had a good week as well. On to the defensive side of the ball. Will McDonald is special. I really like this dude. He's incredible at getting after the quarterbacks. I see some Micah Parsons in his game. He has similar size and burst. He's very explosive and just gets after QBs. I can't wait to see Will McDonald in the game on Saturday. Tennessee's Byron Young showed some nice burst, staying with Oklahoma's running back and stopping him for a loss. He's an athletic edge that I like. The other Byron Young from Alabama, Getsy calls him Big Byron, is just that, a big, physical, run-stuffing defensive tackle. I like both Byron Youngs. The last guy on the line that made a nice impact for me today was Derek Hall. He made a huge stop in the backfield during team drills. A couple of plays later, he had probably the most impressive play of the day where he bulldozed Syracuse tackle Bergeron, showing incredible power, took him to the ground, and would have had a sack easily. At defensive back, Darius Rush has been the best corner on the American team all week. He jumped routes all week long and made a few interceptions. He almost made an incredible interception today. He just couldn't hang on to the ball. And then my favorite safety on the American team has been Jamie Robinson. He's been very active and had a good week as well, and also done very good in the one-on-one drills. Overall, after 3 days of practice, the American team is loaded with offensive line talent, while the national team is loaded with defensive line talent. I wasn't able to evaluate the defensive backs enough. There were a couple of defensive linemen that just didn't stand out to me. Alabama's DJ Dell and Missouri's Isaiah McGuire. I'll watch them more during the game, but both of these teams have so much talent in the trenches. But the most intriguing battle on Sunday will be in the trenches when the American team has the ball. Anytime Luke Getsy's American team has the ball, you're going to see a lot of day 2 talent on the field. There's plenty of day 1 and day 2 offensive linemen on the American team, and then there's plenty of day 1 and 2 defensive linemen on the national team, and they'll be going head to head in live game action. It's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait. I will be live on YouTube during the game on Saturday. It kicks off at 2:30 Eastern time. I feel like Getsy did just a great job today. After the national practice ended, I was questioning their methods a bit. They didn't give receivers hardly enough opportunities to make plays, and I just felt like they didn't get a real chance to impress scouts. Luke Getsy made sure that wasn't happening on the American team. His final practice featured plenty of downfield passing and showcased the receiving talent on the team today. I wish Jaden Reed would have gotten an opportunity like this. There were still plenty of great battles in the trenches as well. American team's day 3 practice was the best practice all week long in my opinion. I've watched it twice now. I was impressed with Getsy's final practice for sure. I still think the quarterback class in Mobile is lacking its usual talent, but Getsy at least made sure they gave receivers a chance to make plays today. He also had QBs and wide receivers practicing without defenders, working on their timing. It's clear that Getsy wanted to give these guys a chance today, which shows awareness that I didn't see from the national coaching staff. I'm not taking shots at them, but plenty of scouts were complaining that they didn't have a chance to evaluate the receivers after the national practice ended earlier. Luckily, we still have a game to play, so that can still happen. It's just 3 days of practice so far, and I'm glad that was not the case for the American squad. There's just so much talent on the field. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my big board ready for tomorrow. I'll rank every player from the Senior Bowl going into the game and also have a report from tonight's Shrine Bowl as well. That starts in just a couple hours. Look out for both those videos tomorrow. I'll have a big Senior Bowl video and a report from the Shrine Bowl. Join me live to chat during the Senior Bowl Saturday afternoon. I appreciate all of you guys that watch my videos. Please hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.